think we are actually going live here. This is for real this time. No more baits. This is going to be the grand finals. TFNew Cup number 5 this is. Team 2 versus Team 9. And this is going to be a big old game here as we see both teams making their way to mid. Blobchap, what are you seeing?
See, Rocky getting to mid a lot faster than Pix was. They're already on point there. There was so much space with Yikes walking so much further forward, but Tykebeck is trying to get that high ground up on the right side, but does get taken down there as the rest of his team are on the low ground. Team 9 are just taking this high ground with but then finally Sad Nico trying to bomb up on top while 074 just goes in behind him to get some more space, and just seeing the collapse of Team 2 there as some of them trying to get the high ground and the rest just stay on the low ground.
Yeah, that was really nice aggression early on from the side of Team 9. They took some decent position, they started getting their frags, and then they didn't overextend. It's so important in this kind of situation where you gain yourself an advantage, and you just keep on working with it. They've nice and quickly capped second now. They're moving towards this left-hand side, taking a lot of spam, taking down Depru. That's going to make things a little bit easier. But obviously they do have this full-on Uber advantage. Oh, sorry, crits as well. They're going to be critting straight on, and these stickies not quite connecting. The pipe, though, takes down the heavy, but not before Byoki gets traded out. So the frags slightly in the way of Team 9, but actually no one's going to be around at all. Oh, was that a backhand they tried to do? That's optimistic, mate.
Yeah, Dover did try and go for the back cap while the rest of his team were mulched on last as they just stood on the point. That's not what you want to see on the first round if you're Team 2.
No, not really. That was a 1 minute and 40-second round. Bit of a rough start to the game. Makes things already a little bit scary for the side of Team 2. But second mid, you know, new mid, new me. It does, this one goes a different way.
Indeed, but we're still seeing that Team 9 just... Rocky's getting to mid first, getting straight onto point as Yikes just pedals on forward, picking up the blue demo picks, and he's going for a flank around, while the rest of his team have the high ground with Rocky just sitting on point. Let's get taken down very low as Tight Range does try and go behind it. He does. He's in the circle area, coming back in, does get spotted by 074, and it's going to be a 1v1 on point as the rest of his team comes in to try and clean him up as well. And that does happen. There was only the demo that's living at the end, or spawning at the end of the mid, as the rest of his team has died, giving the crits advantage to Team 9.
Yeah, going to be another solid old advantage here. Going to be seeing, this time I believe, towards the right-hand side. I'm going to go straight to our boy. They're going to be walking straight towards this shutter. They're going to be using their crits now. I think he's going to send a soldier straight into the air. The demo as well going super weak, but the frags aren't looking too great. 4 versus 4. Scouts are both towards point. As Tikva tries to play directly on it. The soldier now is going to get most downs all on Wiethoofd. He's not going to be able to do enough now. And that's going to be a second quick round on the board. Team 9 building up their momentum.
Indeed, you saw that as the crits came in, the soldiers for Team 2 just kind of didn't try and get onto medic and stop the crits as soon as it was coming in. They just kind of let it come in and then went in after it already got some picks, which is a little bit sad.
You're going to see things on this third mid now. A lot of aggression always from the side of Team 9. And these pipes from Rocky taking out pictures immediately. No demo now on the side of Team 2 at all. They have no real position here at all. Only Depru, the furthest guy forward. He should get cleaned up. Actually, he does manage to get onto Rocky. 2 swift rockets is going to secure that frag before getting cleaned up by 074. So the mid has been lost, and Yikes is on the prowl directly behind the combo of Team 9. He's going to try and get some damage here. He's actually going to get cleaned up. Not quite that perfect movement, but Greasy Baps with a follow-up. Taking down Wiethoofd. He doesn't even need to survive there. He just needs to ensure that the rest of his team gets out with their big old Uber advantage now. As long as 074 gets back to his medic now, he should be able to play nice and chill here. Not worry too much and then play with the rest of the team.
Indeed, in the midst of all that chaos, Depru did get in behind and pick up Rocky. So he didn't have that demo for that second push. So there's a bit of Team 2 just going to settle onto their second and try and hold it. But Pixis does just go down there as the crits comes in. They did not manage to pick up Byoki. So it appears that Team 2 are going to be able to, or Team 9 are going to be able to push straight into the second point here with now 3 down, picking up both the soldiers as well. As the scout here, as Dover is trying to put up a little bit of a fight here, pick up Sendras, but he's very weak in their saw, and he does pick up the pack, but he's going to go down in the end there, leaving only the demo and medic alive on last, as the scout does switch to heavy as he spawns up.
Yeah, we did see Yikes try and run straight through onto that demo, but Pick just hit those two crucial pipes in a big old sticky 074 as well. It will just delay this push from the side of Team 9. They will just have to chill a moment. 80% on Bjorky. Still, I believe, running this Crits Krieg, so I have to wait just a second to get the spawners in. There's no real risk of Richthofen getting his Uber just yet. He's 60%, but the crits is up right now. We do see a fort hold on the right-hand side from the defender's point of view with just a few of their players. They want to get through this doorway. They have to take down the soldier first, but they just wasting a little bit of time here. Only now are they starting to move through lower. 95% on Richthofen. They've wasted most of their opportunity, and it's going to be all on where they hit this one big sticky to drop the medic here. They're actually just walking through lower somehow. Surely that's going to get absolutely mulched here. Yep, that's going to be 2 frags. I'm not quite sure what they're really thinking of here.
I don't know indeed, but Depro did take the initiative.
The drop! The drop from Richthofen, that's so bad. The pipe is not taking down the heavy. We're now into just somehow a 2 versus 3 situation. Rocky, surely he has to go down here. I don't know, that's such a... Okay, so we do see Team 2 manage to hold it there, but the drop, like, surely you've got to be aware at this point they're running the crits. It was such a calm situation, but they panic still.
Yeah, just as it started looking good for them. We are seeing a scout in lower still, who is probably going to try and pick up something here, but does get spotted by the blue demon. Vicious. But, yeah, just as it was looking good for Team 2, they had a series of unfortunate events and did drop. Which is rather sad to see. I was hoping that maybe they could take a round back off that little bit of momentum with the Uber.
Yeah, we are going to be seeing a scrappy fights again. Yikes going for a flank play, picking up Dover. Just equalising the frags here. And with Pickwick going down as well. Oh, and DeFru as well going super weak. He tries to 1v1 a scout, but it's 2019. That is not how the game works as well. And he might actually even be able to get onto pictures as well. Yikes is single-handedly just mulching through the entire team. It's only Richthofen, and Yikes is playing this distance. He has absolutely no interest in getting sword. Oh, the arrows though. And was that a cheeky taunt?
I think it was. What an epic game of boys. Dude, Medic is a fragging class. For a moment I thought we had 2 heavies, but it does appear that they only are going to run 1 heavy on the last, which is always advised if you don't want to get defaulted.
It is definitely the case, right? We do see a big old 100% crit advantage once again. Be peeking and prodding towards lobby. There's no massive rush. It is looking to be left-hand side again. They might go for the scout crits. Yeah, picking up this soldier nice and easy. Not even used their crits yet. They're securing this high ground. The soldier might actually be able to pick up Sendraz. No, he doesn't just about. And they're walking forward now with the crits, mulching every single one of these Team 2 players. Straight to point. 3rd round secured with ease.
That was so well played. They took what they could get without using the crits and stayed on that left side until they saw a great chance. They'd already got 2 picks by the time they needed to use the crits. It was such passive, and they waited for the right time. Going into the 4th mid here, see if Team 2 are going to switch up anything, see if they're going to try and just immediately bomb or what they're going to try and do. But we're seeing Rocky again just walking straight over point. As I say immediately bomb, Deathbrew does try and do a quick bomb, but just get taken down very swiftly, as Tykebench does try and follow up on that, but also gets taken down as Greasy Baps is taken down to very low HP. With the rest of Team 2 trying to get out, with Yikes all the way on there, with Rocky getting picked and Yikes getting picked. There's a pin that Richthofen is going to stay alive though, with I believe he has Crits Krieg as well now to try and deal with it.
You know, if you can't beat him, join him. You know, it is sometimes the way that the game does go. So I think it's going to be crits on the side of both medics now, playing towards this source. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how they want to approach this situation. Potentially, like I said before, you know, in closed area, soldier crits can be pretty good, but it's actually Greasy Baps. A lot of position, getting a lot of information for his team, more than anything. Pictures does want to go forward. He's got this beam attached to him. He's just waiting for that opportunity to call it. I mean, crits has been used. He will get this 1 frag in the form of a soldier, I believe. Yep, he will just like get it, but they've actually lost 3 of their own. And Bjorky's actually nowhere near even using his crits yet. They're just being torn apart. Only 1 scout, and he's just going to go down as well. That is a pure wipe. Dover's the only spawner, and Greasy Baps is already towards point, and he's just going to solo cap it. No way does that heavy get there in time.
Dude, you saw Team 9 taking a couple like 2v1s or 1v1s before they even went in, and it's just insane that they were able to pick off people right before they even went in. And they just had, like, again, that there was like 2 or 3 picks before they even needed to use their crits. I don't understand. But
Yeah, it's definitely a pretty dodgy situation. There's a kind of real difference in terms of how these teams are doing things. But fifth and final mid, I hear the sticky jumper. Rocky jumping super deep. Richtofen's going to get taken down. 2 swift rockets from Greasy Baps. Yikes as well, picking up this one. Rocky behind. He's only got pipes and he's hitting them, in fairness. He takes down one. Oh my god, does he get the scout as well? So much damage will take Mick. And he's going to pick him up as well. What a pipe king. This is a sad little situation. Oh my days. If you are Team 2, you are not feeling great right now. Everything's looking perfect for a swift little 10-minute 5-0. As long as Team 9 can just secure these last little bits together and not feed anyone towards last here.
Rocky has such beast pipes. He did okay with that sticky jump. He went straight in. Don't even miss a beat. But Byakhee does get picked up there by Positions who pushed out with no one there with him.
That is fantastic little play. They're hitting those all-important pipes in as well. Dove on this flank. He's going to pick up 2. So they're taking it straight to him. Greasy Baps, the second anything good happens, he starts picking up 2 as well. It's Yikes versus 3 right now. He wins that first one. He's now going towards Dover, hitting some good damage. He's going to be picking up him as well. Versus this one soldier, he's going to drag them towards point. He's dodging towards this high ground. Such a difficult position to be in if you're soldier. But the shotgun is there. So much damage has been dealt, but Rocky's going to be in. Oh my god, he's going to stick him.
Oh my word.
Oh my god, Yikes is taunting. And he's lit. Okay, I was going to scream. That's fine. He did die. Whew, close.
Indeed. It's very, very scrappy though. That's not what the Team 2 deserved to win that after they lost those 2 1v1s to Yikes. And Rocky does go in to try and pick up Richtofen, gets him very weak, but does not quite get that final pipe on. As Byakhee dies to a sticky trap, and then Richtofen dies to a rocket. Both the medics are down. What?
I mean, I guess everyone's decided they don't really want the medics to be alive anymore. We have both scouts on the side of Team 9 moving towards last, both securing a frag each. It is Dover on point. He is a big 300 health heavy. There's been no spawners at all, so it is an opportunity here if Team 9 want to try and push a little bit. Once they get some spawns, it's a little bit difficult to do before they get all of their players. Spawners will be coming in pretty quickly. Rocky's going to jump in. He's going to take some space. He's actually going to kill himself. He's going to be one scout towards point, both scouts towards point. Now, they should just get absolutely mulched down by Dover at this point. There should be no way they achieve anything yet. And yet, taking down 3 swift frags. An opportunity for Team 2 to be pushing out here. But it's still a little bit scary, you know. You've got a lot of backup avenues, and Rocky is actually, of all things, on the sniper class.
Ah, you're seeing the old demo off class.
We've seen it. We've seen it before. I believe there was some iteration of oh god, what was it? It was Suave back in the day. The second the big demo nerf happened and stickies were pointless, where War spent an entire night scrimming either on heavy or sniper. It does happen. That's your fun fact for the evening. Right, equal Ubers. Seeing things. Like I said, we do still have Rocky sniping here. It is still a Crits Krieg on the side of Team 9. And have some little peeking and prodding. Yeah, double crits. Oh my god, we are in. The crits has been used. They pick up 1, but the rest of Team 9's actually gone straight to point. They can look to play entirely on point here, but these crit stickies are doing so much work. Yikes versus 3 players. There's no way he lives. He's getting panned as well. He did get a lot of cap time though. Little bit scary there, but ultimately doesn't quite secure that frag or secure that cap.
Yeah, they did manage to save it there as Richtofen and Positions did wrap around them as they went in for that Crits Krieg, which was a rather sneaky play, and it did end up working for them. And, but it's still, like you're saying, 074 just sneaking in as Yikes is trying to 1v1. This is up into a 2v1, do pick up a pick, but they do lose Sendraz for it.
Is definitely a little bit curious. I feel like after a certain point, you've got to kind of start to realize that the sniper instead of a demo isn't really achieving anything. I'm not sure if I've actually heard a headshot at any point in this game, but Yikes and Jockey want to take matters in their own hands. They've actually just gone directly behind the entire enemy team, and they want to just like solo backcap. They're actually somehow splitting entirely different directions. I guess something's not being pulled there, because they're actually just both going to get mulched. I feel like this is one of those situations where you're so confident you're going to win that you don't even try and win.
Yeah, they definitely start to get a bit cocky here. Don't know whether they're gonna realise this and start going back, or they are. Rocky is back on demo at least, so maybe some more plays. No, it's
Demo man gameplay. I love Demo Man gameplay more than anything. He is going to be on that class he's supposed to be playing. They only have 4 towards second, but you make things just a little bit easier by taking down Dover there. 80% on Richtofen. Fritz will be up in just a few short seconds, so Team 9's going to have to be aware of this. Yikes does look to be securing a second frag here. So there's no scouts at all on the side of Team 2. And Yikes is just still in. He's just going. He's just providing such a distraction. So many opportunities for his soldiers to get in, but they're just a little bit slow moving forward.
Yeah, Yikes does back up quite heavily, so he does stay alive. Positions does get picked up, but to counter those picks, Rocky and Byoki both get picked up, as well as Greasy Baps. That's 3 picks for the side of Team 2, but the medic does die for that as they pick up Yikes as well.
Yeah, we are seeing frags being traded absolutely everywhere. It's only Senderos and 074 towards point. Senderos should be losing his life in just a second. 074 would have to win 3 consecutive 1v1s. Yeah, I feel like that's a little bit optimistic. He will get taken down here. And the repush from Team 9 shouldn't really happen at all. They have absolutely no right to be, and I feel like they're recognizing this and just backing up nice and patiently. They do have a little bit of a noob advantage. Dover's actually just going straight to point. Absolutely no one on Team 9's there at all, and he's just going to solo backcap it.
Oh my word. He really just did it to them.
He did. He literally just ran lower because no one was looking at it, stood on the point. That's got to be a little bit embarrassing, honestly, if you're Team 9.
Maybe that'll relight their fire, so they actually they realise that they can't just meme on Team 2, because despite them rolling them a little bit, they are still putting up a good fight.
Yeah, so we are going to see this fresh mid once again. I've been seeing Team 9 go conventionally very aggressive, and this one's going to be no different with Greasy Baps and 074 taking some good high ground, taking down Pickbig as well. The soldier is going to try and contest, and he will be picking up Greasy Baps, but the rest of the players not really achieving a great deal. Byoki goes super weak here. He is so close to losing his own life, but he is kiting nicely. The Bruise jumping in now. Actually not sure where this medic is at all. Much as he does manage to pick up Yikes, he will get taken down there before he can achieve anything else. Byoki, nice and healthy, surviving through this mid. But it is actually a little bit of a player advantage with these spawners on the side of Team 2.
Yeah, that was a strange mid, but we did ended up seeing both medics surviving this. The crits is coming in too low.
This is just perma-crits. Everyone crits all the time. This one actually, in fairness, not achieving any frags at all. And the entirety of Team 9's behind them, and they're just nuking with the crits. Pictures is going to get taken down here as well. No way he lives through this. Richthofen in time quick, getting mulched in this corner. Dover all the way towards Saul. He won't do too much either. And that's a crispy little pipe as well. That was an air shot. Man in the air, was piped. He gets taken down as well. 2 sad, lonely little players now remaining for Team 2, as Team 9 is going to be walking straight through this left-hand side, playing these players directly towards point, taking things up a little bit. The spawners are in though, so it's not going to be super easy. Byoki and Yikes both go down, along with Sendras as well, and Rocky, ooh, getting a little bit mulched here now. It's only actually Greasy Baps and 074 alive. And 074 is going to go high, trying to get himself like a cheeky little backup, you know? It's been done to him, he wants to get his own back.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite lucky that the spawners came in, because Dover was behind trying to cap second with a back cap, but I did get 2v1'd, which was a little bit sad. I'm really hoping that 074 is going to pull off some insane play here, because he's still just behind them. I say that as he comes forward.
He does. It does look like he's going to team up with Yikes to pick up one soldier, possibly a second as well. Yep, no soldiers now on the side of Team 2. Their crits has been used now. They're going to be securing Rocky. Nothing else so far, though. You see Yikes straight up just bullying a Demo Man at this point, because Scout class is the devil before having to fight his own little 1v1. Players are moving around basically everywhere, though. It's only really this one Scout who can do anything much, and he will be trading alongside Yikes here, so second should go the way of Team 9. They don't have heals, though. They can't hold this one indefinitely. The repush could be on for the side of Team 2, but only if they're relatively quick.
Yeah, we do see that both the scouts were dead, but one coming up on heavy now, so that's gone. But I don't know whether Team 2 know that they have a little bit of crits add here or not. But they could try and do something a little bit risky, because they are 3 rounds down right now. But, it is up to them to try.
Yeah, you got to do things. I'll be honest, right? Even if you don't think you have a crit advantage, I feel like the idea should be to use your crits immediately anyway, just by reason of it being a
That is
crit
what they
streak.
do. They are not going to really do too much with it though, because they do push into second where there's no one.
See, that's a bit interesting considering the rest of their team is basically on last still. So that combo on second, they should just get nuked. I mean, they do manage to pick up Rocky Greasy Bat now in from lower. Should be able to just mulch these players towards point. Still, no one is with their entire combo. Pictius and Wiethoofd being caught completely, like, separately. And now, only now does the rest of the team come in. Picvic doesn't manage to secure anything either. It's one remaining soldier. He's going to be backing out. Defru as well jumping in. Gets half a rocket towards the medic. He'd be able to secure this frag either. Nope, they're just going to get absolutely rolled there. Complete lack of communication from everyone there on the side of Team 2. They really didn't know what they wanted. Now they find themselves with a 3 versus 6 with a massive uber disadvantage. The pipe from Pictures picking up too is going to make things a little bit easier, but with both scouts towards point, there just won't be time.
Yeah, they have called GG, but it's not quite GG yet because there is still 9 minutes left where they may be able to try and switch something up and get the ball rolling for them. If they can get it rolling, you know, we saw like 3 rounds in 10 minutes, was it? 4 rounds in 10 minutes. They could bring this back because they only need 4 rounds. I'm saying only, but I believe I'm praying as Rocky is just taking the point presence. We've got the rest of Team 9 on top with Yikes just right by his demo pushing forward as Rocky picks up one of the Team 2 scouts as we see a big bomb from Sad Nicolas pick up Sendras as he does go down, and 074 also does go down to a scout there.
I'll be honest, I was just reading chat and paying attention to the fact that apparently no one knew that it was a win difference other than Yikes. So, a little bit funny. May have possibly contributed there. DeBrew's actually just walked straight in. He's directly onto Yoki, not quite securing that frag though. Oh, that's so sad. When you're like a soldier and you're like, aha, I've walked to medic, I'm going to kill him, and then like he just surfs away and then you just look like a muppet. It does feel bad. Dover as well, see, he tries to like follow up based on like that little bit of damage. He's not going to secure it either. The rest of the team, they're just fully committing. They know they have this crit, they can use it whenever. It doesn't really matter what's happening. Crits is going to get used. So much damage being dealt, but Toffin does actually go down, so not going to be a crits for any longer. And they're going to be picking up all these remaining players. Yep, only Defru, and he's a spawner as well, so he's going to be chilling all by himself. Second is going to go firmly in control of Team 9. They're going to have a big old Uber advantage, a big old crit advantage, to walk into last, get some frags, get some more logs done, and possibly secure this big old win for the first map of this grand final.
Yeah, with only 7 minutes left, I'm not so sure whether it's possible, but this is at least some log times. We're seeing Rocky going down as they try and push in the crits, and 074 getting very weak to the heavy. Does finally go down, with Sendras also going down with that last push. That was a bit of a scuffed push, to be honest. They fed quite quickly as they went in.
In fairness, I'm actually a little bit happy there for the side of Team 2, because critting through that tiny little shutter should literally never work, right? That's such a tiny area where so much spam can be dealt with. Like, you should never be able to walk through there without being invulnerable. The fact that it's worked so far is a little bit insane, but this time Team 2 did successfully punish them, so quite happy to see that. They have, however, lost 3 players, so it's not going to be, you know, a punish for too much longer. Okay, the scrappy fight's going towards right lobby as well. Oh my god, they've all died. Okay, it's just one heavy again. Can he do it? The King Putus himself, he's going to be mowing down Rocky. He's going to die as well, and that point's going to get capped, securing the first map for Team 9.
Yeah, I mean, there was a little bit of a back and forth halfway through there, but it was quite convincing for Team 9. I don't know whether they will be able to do the same on Gully Wash or not. We'll have to look at the logs to see who really was the hard carries, but Yikes definitely was really putting in work there.
Yeah, definitely putting in some significant work, but Rocky as well, albeit when he was on Demoman, on Sniper, you know, sorry mate, you didn't really hear anything. Gonna be real with you, I think you should probably stick to the old Demoman class. It's definitely something you are just a little bit better at, you know.
Indeed. But I mean, Yeah, at least switches something up every so often. I like that they do try and make it quite interesting to watch at least. But
I don't know. I don't know. I'm in two minds. It's like, at what point are you like, just toying with your opponents? At what point does that become like the psychological, like, oh yeah, we don't care, we're gonna win regardless. We do have some logs, I believe, on stream. Wow. Yeah, that's Rocky with 440 of the DPMs, 35 frags as well, along with Yikes just shortly following after, about 390 DPM, and 37 frags for only 16 deaths. That is, I believe, the bulk of the game basically gets summarized just there between those two players. Granted, right? Rocky's damage is going to be slightly inflated by nature of running a literal permacrit. So just be aware of that, That is a thing what happened.
I do want to point out that Pignicius did get 47% heals there.
Are you for real? Oh my
yeah.
What? What year is this? 47% heals into one gentleman. Oh my god. Those scouts are like, it's in like a famine for them. Give them some heals, my boys, please.
It's like in a drought while Pignicius is there with all the water. And I mean, to be fair, he did do a reasonable amount of damage, hitting 385 damage a minute. But I don't know if it was really worth the 47% heals, because then you've got your scouts who are sub 200 DPM. Because if they go in, they're always on 125, and it's not really a way you can go in confidently when you're trying to go up against someone like Yikes, who is hitting that 37 frags in just that short time.
Yeah, definitely feels a little bit unfortunate, let's say. I feel like even in a world where it's like pre-sticky nerf and you have one of the best demos in the game, 47% is a little bit excessive. But I mean, sometimes that happens to be the only guy who's anywhere near you, Not everything's the medic's fault. Sometimes people just don't stand next to the medic to get their heals. So we can all just take that with you, Sometimes you can't blame the medic. Right. That is going to be Snakewater done and dusted, and we will go start talking about our second map here, which is going to be CP Gully Wash. So this is going to be the second, and obviously if you're on the side of Team 9, you would like this to be the final map. And I don't know, it's going to be a little bit interesting to see what happens. Obviously Snakewater mids, it was just aggression. It was just taking all this position, either getting like an early pick or just early positioning towards point to make things so much easier for Rocky to just spam and these soldiers to take the high ground. Everything was looking great there. When we saw Team 9 play yesterday, they managed basically just through, sheer force of having a faster demo and having better spam to prevent so many of these players from even getting through Big Door whatsoever. Be a little bit interesting to see if Team 2 is really able to contest that in the same way, maybe with some kind of counter aggression or something else.
Yeah, I mean, when we were watching Team 9 on Gullywash earlier, they always seem to opt to go up the enemy side, so I don't know whether Team 2 are going to decide to, hey, why don't we just do the same and take up their side, or if they're going to try and meet them there, or how they're going to deal with that over aggression that they are going to probably have to deal with, unless Team 9 do decide that, hey, maybe we'll just do a little more cookie cutter and play on our side and then try and push over.
It is true. It is a thing that happens. Honestly, something which I quite like. I do like on this map sending a soldier towards your choke, right? It's something which can be utilized primarily, like it's most effective when either someone is continuously going your drop down fast, an enemy soldier is going your drop down fast, or if the enemy team looks like they want to go on your side. Because there's so much you could do from choke in terms of, anyone getting overly aggressive on your side early, you can basically just waddle them and absolutely own. And half the time, you can even play with a health pack and choke as well, which is pretty significant, right? I feel like if maybe the aggression from Team 9 is towards the enemy side as opposed to like directly towards that big door, it may be a case that, you want to start rolling out your soldier there and play like a little bit slow towards floor. I feel like genuinely, especially some of the lesser experienced demos, kind of forget that you can play almost an entire mid-fight from like the floor as Demo Man with very little downsides, right? It's a little bit scary, there's a little bit kind of less space to kite to, but the way that stickies and pipes arc, it's actually a really solid position if you can just play there with a couple of scouts around you and kind of, let people kind of move back and forth on the high ground as and when needed. But sometimes, when people get like caught towards elbow or caught towards their choke, it's something which they can adjust a little bit by just like playing and delaying a little bit longer on floor. It's definitely something which feels a little bit weird to do, but sometimes, you know, people need to engage with. That is my advice for the day.
Indeed, I also want to bring up the if they are going up on your side, that bomb down to your little elbow, or not elbow, the small little one with the fence is a very good bomb, because if people are just going into that tiny area, it's going to do loads of damage to everyone there.
It is true. I think the classic of whenever my boys have been trying to do it, you know, team goes your side, you back up to floor, and then you repush from elbow with both soldiers like jumping high, landing directly on them. You can absolutely nuke, because guess what? There's a lot of floor beneath them. There's a lot of walls to splash off. As long as you're jumping correctly, you can absolutely nuke. But that is enough with advice for the minute. I think this second map is going to be going live. This is our TFNew Cup number 5 Grand Finals. Team 9 versus Team 2. Team 9 currently winning 1-0 going here on our second map, CP Gully Wash. Take it away. Tell me what you're seeing.
I'm seeing Pixicious actually getting to mid a lot faster than, or reasonably faster than Rocky was. And it's trying to get some space, but Greasy Bats immediately bombing onto their side, gets down very weak and does get picked up. But so does Pixicious. So it's not looking too great without a demo man for Team 2. I think they're just trying to see what they can get, but Wiethoofd is already backed up. He is trying to keep that crit streak alive, but he's still going to run through this game while Yoki is opting to go back onto the Uber.
Yeah, so it is going to be a little bit of an easier situation for the side of Yoki, because honestly, you know, if you can get an Uber against the crits, it's fantastic, because guess what? 3 times 0 is nothing. I mean, this does make it a little bit easier, because Wiethoofd even went down, so it's 100% Uber advantage, and they're on crits, so as long as they get the spawners, this should be an absolutely, you know, it's about as easy and straightforward as a last push as you could possibly ask for. There's no gun going up on the defending side either, so nothing really too much to spam early. It will just be a heavy and then 5 regular classes as you would expect at this point. 6 players now up on the side of Team 9. They're currently playing just a little bit towards lobby, potentially just walking shutter with a scout and demo, as is fairly conventional in this kind of situation. It's 6-bit now on Wiethoofd though. They kind of need to start moving at some point. They're kind of dilly-dallying and wasting an opportunity right now. I'm not quite sure what they're thinking.
Yeah, we're seeing that indecision as to whether they want to go with the Ubercharge ad that they have. They did wait till he got crits, and he does manage to get the crits. Does pick up Sentras for that, but the heavy does go down, and they do opt to just stand on the point, because you know, why try and kill all the gamers and fully deal with them when you can just get them off the point and stand on it yourself.
Sometimes it does just go down like that. Definitely a bit of a mistake there. As much as it did work out for Team 9, they really, like, the threat of that crit should have been basically non-existent. They should have been way faster than they was. And like I said, that bit of indecision, bit of kind of lack of knowledge, potentially could be a little bit of their downfall. Going into the second mid now, Picture's going down super early, and as well some 1v1s happening with all these scouts. Decent damage being dealt, but the positioning is now starting to be taken by Team 9. 2 players just basically playing on floor. Tekvik is trying to go in super deep. His heart fully focused on this medic, but he's not quite hitting those shots, not quite securing any frags here at all. And he should get cleaned up now towards Big Door. Wiethoofd is escaping towards Shut. It does look like he will be able to get out to lobby all the way to last, but ooh, hasn't been healing just for a little bit. Oh my god, 074 really wants to try and key it up right now, but he's just not going to be able to, as we do actually go into a bit of a pause, I believe.
We do. I do want to highlight on what Greasy Babs did that mid. He just immediately went for a really high bomb while the demo was still just about in choke, and just got right on top of him and picked up almost immediately. It was a very clean bomb that he did there. He did go down at the end, but it was very clean.
I'm desperately hoping now, as I always do whenever there's a little pause, that we're not seeing any technical problems. It was only a fairly short pause, actually. We're already going again, so potentially just a little, you know, someone, I don't know, knocked over a drink or, like, dropped their headset or dropped their mouse. I don't know. It does happen. Anyway, we see Byoki 80% at this point. He will have a little bit of advantage, but I don't think they're really fast enough to push off this now. As I believe Wiethoofd is going to be getting his own Uber now as well, so it's going to be just an equal Uber situation. Scrappy fights happening towards lobby. frags being gained now. Yikes is still dead, but this 5v4 is potentially pushable. Potentially they could just go for a sack towards this river. There's quite a bit of space here for Greasy Baps.
Indeed, they are opting to try and go for that river push, as they do use in with a retaliation Uber from Team 2, but they do drop Death Brew there. And it appears that Team 9 are just going to try and
oh my days,
the
they
point
have
present.
so much cap time, so much damage has been dealt as well. Greasy Baps is going to go straight towards point. He's dealing so much damage. This soldier is absolutely nuked, and Pitch just does not get the point in time. Second round being secured for Team 9. And I thought I was looking so good on that defense, but the damage there from the soldier right at the end. Ooh, that was brutal.
Absolutely, but again, you're just seeing Team 9 who just opt to, a lot of the time, stand on the point whether they've fully dealt with everyone or not, because it just gets them all that cap time where they can just kind of just stand on point and deal with it a bit safer. That is where the pause was. We are seeing that Team 9 are opting to go for a very aggressive mid-fight here, despite already starting off one down on Team 2, and it kind of shows that the rest of Team 2 are going down with Wiethoofd trying to leave through choke there. One spawner to try and meet him, but that was very solidified mid-fight there for Team 9, who just went very aggressive right onto their side.
Yep, taking it nice and easy, even moving towards second now as well. Byoki and 074 a little bit by themselves, trusting in the fear that Team 2 has been showing, and in fairness, they read the situation exactly as they wanted. Now, they should be able to recognize that this Uber advantage is there. There was, a considerable period of time where Byoki was healing, the other team was not. They could just look to go with both scouts now if they're really fast through this shot. It does look like they do want to go now. They're just going to have to use through. There's no time to check for stickies or anything. I don't know. I feel like they're not going to. I felt so much like they were going to go through shuffle then. Like they really were starting to feel it, but just not able to pick it up at this point, Yikes as well. He tries to peek through, but there's no beam there. There's no Uber that gets used. It is going to be Wiethoofd now securing his own Uber, and it will just be an equal situation.
Indeed, we are seeing that again, that most teams opt to let the Ubers even out, even when they have considerable ad, whether they know or not, but Team 9 are dropping. Oh my word!
God,
what is going on?
What? How does he just secure 3 frags? Okay, that has just busted the entirety of this last point wide open. They could just look to just do whatever they want. Pick a doorway, walk through, Pictures as well, getting aggressive towards River. He's going to have no stickies towards point. Someone could literally just go through main. It's almost a little bit insane that Team 9 didn't try and do something off that, though. Those 3 frags basically amounted to nothing, and even Rocky's going to die here? That doesn't seem right.
It's kind of insane that they didn't try anything. You think with the way that they've been playing all games so aggressively, that now they just played so passively at one point where they could have gone really aggressive.
Definitely seems a little bit questionable. Mistakes being made on the side of either team right now. It's not amounted to anyone being able to secure any enemy points right now. It is just still chilling with this equal Uber situation. I guess from the point of view of Team 9, to give them the benefit of that. Oh my god, Pictures to just walk all the way through River. What? They just walk up River, get some spam, walk away again, like it's absolutely nothing at all. 074 is fighting a heavy on last. Like, bro, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I don't care who you are, it ain't happening.
It's not. We're seeing, I think they're just going to try and chill, as we are seeing that one of the blue scouts, Dover, is just all the way behind. Just opted to go for the back cap in the end, rather than try and get any picks.
Byoki dropped there, by the way. That was the thing that happened. A soldier jumped, Byoki dropped. Now the rest of the team of Team 2, they're going to be okay. They're going to be going towards second. They're going to be securing this. I don't even understand how that happened. That just seems weird. Weird.
Straight crazy.
Crazy. Right, well, I mean, there is still an Uber advantage for the side of Wiethoofd. He is going to be able to do basically whatever he wants at this point, He is actually still playing towards lobby inexplicably. Somewhat unwilling to leave lobby, despite the fact they do have a massive Uber advantage and control of second. They could look to go towards big door, perhaps a deep jump or something to that effect, but actually, yeah, no, they're showing a lot of fear right now.
Yeah, again, the question is they have Uber, but are they actually going to use it? So far, we haven't seen either team really use their Uber ads that they have. Although Depru is bombing up onto top, he was hiding under, but the heavy and the demo just picked him up like so easily. He just immediately denied. That's a bit sad. Well, I am still seeing Greasy Babs hiding above choke. As they go into choke, doesn't even matter as Wiethoofd just drops to Rocky's pipes.
That is such a sad situation. They had so much of an advantage, they couldn't find a way to go off of it, and then they drop as well, losing another and another and another. Dover's going to be moving towards top, perhaps in some desperate vain attempt to try and block second all by himself. He's just going to go choke. He's like, actually, there's loads of gamers here. I don't want to do this. He's going to die anyway. Yoki again, massive Uber advantage. No scouts at all. They're just going to walk main. Rocky is calling for his team like, boys, let's just go. And Uber's getting used. Everyone's getting flashed. They can focus down every single frag they want. Wiethoofd's the first casualty, along with this soldier should be picked up shortly. The heavy as well. It's all on basically these two players. Pictures going straight towards point against these damage, but not going to be able to do enough now. 3 rounds. The side of Team 9, and they seem, I don't know, they're making no mistakes, but they seem to just have everything else work for them.
Yeah, it's rather strange, but at least they did use their Uberad this time, which is always a plus when you have that.
It is. I do agree. Uber advantages are quite nice.
Let's see if Team 2 are going to adapt to the mids that Team 9 have been playing off, but Rocky is playing a little bit more passively. As Pixicious does try and do a very aggressive bomb onto him, as Greasy Babs going down at the start of the mid, as well as the Soldier and Demo for Blue Team. Team 2 do have a sniper.
Yeah, definitely changing things up just a little bit, you know. If they're going hyper-aggressive, why not just run a sniper of your own and play into their aggression by being a little bit passive? Now, it's not quite working out this mid. He is still peeking towards Big Door, though, providing just that little bit of pressure, making things a little bit scary for Bjork. He does actually get a shot. Doesn't quite connect it, though. And he will now get pressured by both the combined power of this soldier and Deraman towards Big Door now, so not a disastrous situation for either team. It is another 1 mid for the side of Team 9. They will have Uber, but so will Wiethoofd at this point.
Yeah, it's a bit of a sad moment that the sniper didn't manage to quite hit that shot. But we are seeing that Pixicious is now on Soldier, as Nico Hours has swapped with him onto Demo, so we're seeing some quick swaps just to see if they can kind of throw off the way that they were playing against Team 9, maybe in their favour, but they are going 3 down here on their hold there, and are forced in river, while Bioki has
my god, both scouts are on last there, just capping it directly underneath. Okay.
Oh my word, right out of their noses they just snatched.
Yeah, that's, yeah. Yeah, okay. That is sometimes how it works. Alright, 4 rounds now. This is a scary situation if you are the side of Team 2, and oh my days, they would like to go out in a blaze of glory right now? No, they're not.
Oh, I thought we were going to see
fear. They wanted to triple spy, and then they realized that that's actually not in the game.
But wait, that's illegal.
Exactly, that is illegal. So what's actually happened is that the rest of the team has just stood around, and only 2 scouts are possibly able to fight mid.
Huh.
Questionable, I would argue. Questionable.
They are just practicing their dance moves on second, as Rocky is just behind, does die to Wiethoofd by his own pipes. But that's a bit strange.
I do agree. It is definitely a bit of a strange situation. Ultimately, as much as it was strange, it is going to be a 1 mid now. Yikes is going to be charging forward with his beam. 185 as per usual, taking this 1v1 with this little scout here. He's going to be securing that frag. We see a Pyro as well on the side of 074, bullying Dover. He doesn't care. Goodbye. Don't want you here at all. Yoki still has his charge now. It is a Kritzkrieg. They'll be ready to go all the way towards the last and possibly secure a victory here in this grand finals.
Indeed. Let's see if they're going to defend against the crits, but I don't think they are going to be able to, because so far all they've done is just stand on point, which is what they're going to try and do again, and it again work. They just run straight to point, hit the quad on the point, and just cap.
Yep, that is going to be it then. So, Team 9 successfully winning this grand finals, the TFNew Cup number 5 in fairly dominating fashion. Obviously, you know, they played definitely really well throughout the entire event as far as I saw. They kind of dominated most of their opponents. So, excellent play from them, and commiserations, but did see some good stuff from Team 2 as well. You know, it wasn't all in vain. And shout out to obviously all the players for putting their all in right until the very end. So it was hopefully it was an enjoyable experience for everyone.
Yeah, I do want to take a quick peek at the logs before we do end off, because despite it being a 5-0, I would still there could be something surprising that I would like to just have a quick peek at.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. I believe having a little look at them now, there is slight surprises in that Pictures actually did top damage by quite a considerable margin. Now, obviously, there was a near permacrits being run by the side of Team 2, which would make sense how he would be able to get so much damage. But other than that, I feel like it was more or less what you would expect.
Very much so, but still, it was a good game. At least, you know, Team 9 very clearly did deserve to win. They were very rigid with what they had done, and they knew how to win. Very structured and solid.
Exactly, you know, definitely, it's a little bit difficult to argue that the better team did not win because they most definitely did. So, you know, it is what it is. And honestly, yeah, we're not gonna dwell too much on the logs. It was a 5-0, and it was from 5 dominating mid fights as well. So, you know, it is very much what it is. What could you do, you know?
I mean, despite one team winning, I think, you know, pretty much all the teams in this cup really have gained a lot from it, because most of these, like I covered a couple of coaching sessions, and most of these people, you know, hadn't really played sixes at all, and you had to teach them like all of the kind of ways to push, how you're meant to hold, and just even what your class is even meant to do. Because I remember having to teach people the differences between pocket scout and flank scout and pocket soldier and roaming soldier. But then from there to in just a couple of weeks to even just Team 9, like they've come a long way, and they genuinely know pretty much what they need to do and when they need to do it. Other than it's like a hiccup here with a couple of Ubers, but they genuinely have really progressed.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you know, it is obviously the whole point of the event is to kind of get people into playing some sixes, get them that kind of beginner experience, get them, you know, a little bit of an opportunity to maybe work with some of these more experienced players, you know, kind of see what's going on. Ultimately, the result doesn't really matter. Whether you win or lose, it doesn't really achieve anything more than whatever you want to get out of it. So you would like to think that all of these players will kind of take things forward. You know, hopefully we'll see them in the next season of ETF2, which should be coming up, I believe, in around January time. And they will be kind of continuing on with their epic, fantastic TF2 careers.
Yeah, we do have JWB now in the Twitch chat, who is the current main gamer for TFNew, who has organised everything and set everything up. He's done a fantastic job from what I've seen. He's done a great job with all the schedules and sorting everything out. So how are you doing, JWB?
Doing alright. It's an interesting final, to say the least, but kinda to be expected. But it's been a kind of stressful weekend, I suppose, but I'm relieved that it's all kind of wrapped up now.
Yeah, there weren't really any too many hiccups. It went, I thought, quite smoothly, and a lot of the players have definitely learned something from it.
I hope so.
So the real question, though, will there be medals?
The answer is yes. As you should definitely know. I can't say I can't give a precise date to when they'll be distributed, but it'll be over the next couple of weeks, hopefully.
Indeed, that is always good news. Blobchap medals.
I'm gonna receive about like 50 ats in the Discord anyway. I know that's gonna happen already. That's literally what happened every cup. Like for the next just until they're distributed, after every cup, it's just constant DMs and ats like when a medal's gonna be distributed. So.
I do remember the first cup when that happened. Yes. But,
okay,
yeah.
I literally just got added in Discord asking when medals, but I'm not sure if that's a meme because it just goes on stream. I'm not sure what the delay is on stream, but.
Yeah, so do you reckon there'll be some more cups going on for anyone who wants to join in next time, who wants to learn?
Yeah, for sure. I can't really, they take a whole lot of planning because the teams, we have to organize and manage the teams ourselves. like they're organized by staff, and we also have to like organize the coaches and all of that. So it does take a lot more organization than if we just said, "Hey, here's a sign up link." So I can't really, there isn't the possibility to have them too often. But we managed to have 5 cups in the last like, how long has TFNew been going? Like, a little over a year, but like under a year and a half, probably. I don't know, something like that. So it'll be a few months. It'll be next year, but I can't give a precise date. But it won't be too. Yeah, some people were saying we have 1 to 2 a year. No, we will all have a few more than that, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, keep your eyes peeled if you're interested in joining 6v6, but don't know quite where to begin. This is a great place. I've seen a few people who started here who are now quite prominent and quite good at the game.
I feel like this is also the opportunity to go ahead and plug. Let's say I'm a TF2 player. I've never really played sixes before. I'm interested in these newbie cups. Obviously, there's not going to be one anytime soon. Where would I go to find more information about that?
Well, the Discord is where we organize pretty much everything. That's discord.io, not /TFNew. You can also go to the Twitter, which is at TFNew6v6, where we post like general stuff, and there'll be links to the Discord and such there. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
That sounds very reasonable. Very, very reasonable. Anyone who is interested, they can go find themselves in that direction. Obviously, it will take a little bit of time before the next one gets sorted, but it'll be all good. I'm sure you let everyone know exactly what's going on. I'm sure it's going to be all good. I would imagine then, unless there's any other real pressing points people want to get to, we might want to head things over to some shout-outs before we wrap things up for the night.
I believe so. JWB, do you want to start off with some shout-outs?
There could be a very long list, but I'll try to keep it. All of the artists, for a start, that designed the poster that we had on the Valve news post. It's a very good poster. It was mostly made by Cortex, but other artists gave contribution too, like Bergonley. Their dentist made the original logos and or not overlays, but the original logos and art, like branding artwork, the background header. And I believe Cortex made most of the Twitch overlays as well. Also, Amaterazu's been a pretty good help in whenever I have like a profile when people registered that I thought might be a bit suspicious. I've always sent it to her, and she's been really helpful at looking at like the database and such, and telling me if it's a suspicious profile at all. So big shout out to her. And also Eri from ServeMe.tf, who gave me a free month of premium to help with getting servers, which has been a massive help, because over the weekend I've had about, I think on the first day I had 5 servers open at a time, and on the second day I had like 7 open at a time. And I got all the servers today as well, so that just wouldn't have been possible if I didn't have premium. So that's a massive help. Definitely big shout out to Eri as well. And also, of course, the rest of the staff and production people over at Critscast, Wiethoofd, ArchRhythm, all of those. Ramed, Cortex have been doing production on the TFNew channel, and all of the casters over the weekend, and the coaches as well. It wouldn't be possible without the coaches, so definitely big shout out to them. And the players and the people who have generally supported us over the weekend and the process of the cup. It means a lot, so thanks to everyone.
Well, that's good. eepily, do you have any shout outs you want to do?
Yeah, shout out the players, shout out the viewers, shout out you guys for doing things with me. I'm also going to shout out again Ari from ServeMe. Yeah, anyone here who has been pretty new to sixes, who will probably be progressing from this tournament onto E2F2L next season. For God's sake, just get yourself ServeMe Premium. It's literally just fantastic. Ari single-handedly saves European TF2 on a daily basis, basically. ServeMe is such a fantastic system to have set up. It is so ridiculously practical, and like I said, TF2 in Europe just wouldn't work without it. So just get Premium. It's so cheap at this point, right? Like you can get a year for like, I don't know, 15 euros or something. It's ridiculous. So yeah, definitely do that. But other than that, that's pretty enough for my shoutouts.
I have something to add as well, actually. We have a raffle every cup for participants. People who participate in the cup are automatically entered. It's just a kind of fun little raffle of TF2 items. We tend to avoid having actual prize pools because it makes TFNew too much of a target for Smurf, for one, and also it encourages sort of winning as too much of a focus when it's more supposed to be aimed at learning. But we do have a raffle of just random participants rather than just winners. Which is just TF2 items donated by people. I haven't been doing the raffle this time. It's been handled by Cooley, so shout out to him and of course all the other staff. But yeah, shout out to anyone who donated to the raffle as well of TF2 items. We'll have the results, the winners drawn over the next couple of weeks as well as with the medals as well. So just check the Discord for announcement for that. And shout out to everyone who donated.
Alright, well, I'll just do a quick shout out myself. I want to shout out Grumpy Quite and Lucky, who did give me a quick couple tips when I was started the casting. I mentioned to them, and they gave me a nice comprehensive list of what some of the do's and the don'ts, and that was a big help. I also want to shout out eepily, who has been casting a lot during this cup. He's done a great job helping with some of the new casters. I know definitely where casting with him, he makes it very clear what to do, and I appreciate that. Right, well, I think that's it from TFNew.
All right, we will wrap it up. We will let everyone get on with the rest of their nights. Thanks for Critcast, obviously. Right, we'll catch you guys next time.
Hi, old beaver! Away!